It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, and welcome. This is Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A number of storylines emerging as the season gets into full swing. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games, they can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And tonight, we'll see Andre Drummond, one of the more voracious rebounders in league history. But Shaq, where does he stand as a franchise-level player?
Well, he affects winning, but he can hurt the floor spacing, Kenny.
Well, if this was in the 90s, his offense, he could become a franchise player. But the way the game is played now, it's not. But he has a consistent motor, and he is a beast.
You know who else is a beast?
Who's that?
Kevin Harlan, standing by courtside.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. They won their last game Monday night.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Yeah, and they also controlled the pace of the game for most of the night. Outstanding effort in a hostile environment.
Chris, looking at the year so far, teams that made big changes in the offseason starting to develop now some chemistry.
Well, it takes some time, especially if the acquisitions are on the younger side. And this is where great coaching can make all the difference. This is where a great basketball culture in the locker room can make all the difference. It's all about, we say chemistry, chemistry, chemistry. What does that mean? It means trust. It takes time to build trust. It takes time to understand your players and what they like, where to get them the ball, what makes them better. And once you get to that point, it's a liberating feeling, because now you feel like, okay, guys, we've gotten through the murky waters. Now we can have some fun. We know who we are. We have an identity. Let's go out and be us.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The athletic front pair is Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Kennard, and it's Robinson in at the small forward position. Now here's Drummond. Passes it to Griffin. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. One thing Blake Griffin's teammates, Chris, talk about is the leadership he brings the team.
This is a role he's comfortable in. A five-time All-Star. He's a hard worker, mature. So that's something every team needs.
Detroit shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
A free throw drops for Griffin.
And Blake Griffin's drastically cutting down his mid-range jumpers. I mean, think about this. Instead of just mid-range, he's stepping out beyond the three-point range. But I guess the percentages stack up in his favor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Blake Griffin said he isn't going to fall in love with a three-point shot, but Chris, he wants to shoot it with confidence when he's left open.
I mean, think about power forwards in today's game. I mean, they're almost expected to have three-point range. He's still a threat in the paint, though. I don't ever think he'll be a spread forward, but certainly a welcome addition to his game.
Here's Jackson. Kemba Walker making his last shot. And Drummond kicks to Griffin. Back Back to Drummond. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jackson. No good off the back of the rim.
Off target with what's what? Pretty good look from mid-range.
Outside, Walker. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
So crafty. The 6'1" Walker is skilled at getting the space he needs.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Outside for Robinson. On the wing, Jackson. Outside for Robinson. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Batum against Robinson. Now here's Batum. He's guarded closely, and he gets it to go.
Now that makes them 80% from the floor early on. Let's see how long they can stay this hot.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Drummond dishes to Griffin. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Walker the pass to Batum. Kicks it to Kaminsky. Right side to Walker. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Detroit. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Monk, no one around him. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Monk's got 6 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Walker against Jackson. Shoots over Walker. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And you can see that Jackson has put a lot of work in on his mid-range J. Definitely a legitimate threat from there.
Now here's Kaminsky. 14 points from him the last game against New York.
Don't forget his rebounding work, too. They couldn't contain him on the glass.
Walker against Jackson. Takes the 13-footer. Misses off the left iron. Pistons trail by 6. Griffin down low. Kaminsky's there. They get it back. Outside for Jackson. Over Walker. Jackson misses.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Monk with the ball. He's got 6. Walker looking for an opening. On target from 13 feet. Walker's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Jackson finds Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
I mean, you better give Griffin credit. He's outstanding at forcing the issue, getting the defense to whack him.
The Pistons have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. That's good from Blake Griffin. In games that came down to 1 possession last season, Chris, the Hornets won 1 but lost 5.
Which is better than going winless in those games as they did the season before. But look, you have to have closers on your team, not just clutch players, but guys who can get their own shot against anyone.
Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Kaminsky. He doesn't get the second one.
I love watching Griffin play the game. I mean, he has a lot of confidence in his abilities. He's terrific at staying aggressive.
Now Monk. His last outing, he had 18 points. Walker's shot is off. Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Thanks, Kevin. He talked about the challenge tonight defensively and going up against a team that can really execute. He said those guys make the most of every possession. They cut to the basket, move the ball well. We have to make them take difficult, contested shots to give ourselves the best chance to win. We know how hard that is to accomplish, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, Dave, guys, how hard a job is it going to be to keep this team's shooting percentage down?
It's going to be very difficult. I mean, they move the ball well. They've got players who can go off if the defense isn't solid through and through.
It's also going to be about rebounding, hitting the defensive boards hard and limiting them to one shot. But you got to finish it off.
Detroit shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
You know, and Reggie Jackson, a really solid first season and a half in Detroit, but the last 2 seasons, injuries have really held him back.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And Reggie Jackson in 2016-17 battling knee tendonitis. Last season, Greg, a severe right ankle sprain.
I mean, he's so important in terms of his impact for the Pistons. An athletic, physical player. When he's right, he can be a difference maker on both ends.
Here's Walker.
And Jackson using his trademark quickness to bother shooters, really getting up all over them.
Again, the miss by the Pistons.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's Kid Gilchrist penetrating. Griffin with the steal. Jackson against Walker. Down low and stolen by Zeller. Outside, Batum. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Defended by Griffin. Batum against Drummond. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Oh, look, the multi-talented Batum. He has all the skills. He has the strength, the length, the athleticism. I mean, for him, it's all about staying aggressive on both ends of the floor.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him. And Chris, some people feel Batum should take over games more than he does.
Well, he certainly has the talent. But then again, every team needs great complementary pieces too, and that's what he is. You just have to decide who you want to be.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Zeller. Bridges comes in for Monk. And Parker subbed in for Kemba Walker. And both free throws good for Nicholas Batum.
Well, that is because Batum is one of the most versatile players in the league. His ability to score from any spot, pass, rebound, and defend, that's what makes him so unique and important.
Charlotte leading by 7. Here's Kid Gilchrist. He's coming off a 10-point game against New York.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And here's Smith. Pass to Drummond. To the inside. Here's Griffin. Off target with the jump hook.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And Batum kicks to Parker. The pass to Kid Gilchrist. Clock at 6. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And the Hornets lead by 11.
and the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. The Pistons this summer moving slowly but surely to hire a new front office and coaching staff.
Well, yeah, they've already made some changes, and the team's capped out. They'll have to look to maximize the roster they have. Internal development and a few underrated signings might be the best way to move forward.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Pachulia comes in for Andre Drummond, and it's John Lure in for Blake Griffin. Bridges kicks to Kid Gilchrist. The shot, no good.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
And Lure gets it to go.
Look at this. I like this. Team basketball, keeping the ball moving till they find the right shot.
Smith against Parker. Now, here's Bridges. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Hernan Gomez. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Puts it up. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Batum with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Knicks in New York.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
Parker passes to Kid Gilchrist, and it's good on the assist by Parker. And that's now 6 points for Michael Kid Gilchrist. Smith dishes to Lure. Back to Smith. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
The cleverness of Smith showing itself once again. Terrific at getting into the heart of the D and then cashing in.
And Batum kicks to Hernan Gomez. Parker against Lure. Teardrop shot. The fader. That one a little long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Smith outside. Now here's Bullock. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Smith for 3. Batum grabs the miss.
Look, they cannot leave him open like that. The D got away with one there.
Kid Gilchrist, no luck.
Man, low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Well, sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Here's Kennard. 14 points from him the last game against Philadelphia. Smith surveying the D. Over Parker. That's short off the rim. And it's Parker with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. 11-point game. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
Well, there's too many empty possessions. I mean, they struggle to keep any kind of momentum going.
Now, here's Bullock. Nicholas Batum unable to get his shot to go. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Biyombo is checked in for the Hornets. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. Parker outside. Inside. And that's good from Bismack Biyombo on the assist by Parker. And the Hornets lead by 13. Here's Smith. And he banks in the layup. Smith's got his second bucket tonight.
Oh, you better respect the lightning speed of Smith, jetting towards the basket with this insane quickness.
Parker against Smith. Parker inside. Makes it off the glass.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
And so it's Charlotte looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we'll be back with you shortly. One of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, pretty much in control here, it would appear.
I think they've played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Yeah, closing down the lane, closing out on perimeter shooters. Interesting first quarter.
Here are the five Detroit has to start the second quarter. Smith and Kennard are in the backcourt. John Lure's out there with Pachulia, and it's Bullock in at the three, the small forward. Pistons trail by 13, and we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. Now, here's Bridges. D right on him. Here's Batum. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Batum's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Hornets. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Smith kicks to Kennard. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. And whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust, and then get them to go out there and execute. So if you're on a veteran team, you may have a smaller practice but with more intensity, meaning maybe you only practice an hour of live work going back and forth and scrimmaging, whereas if you're a young team, you might be able to expect 2 hours of scrimmaging every day. Do the players understand the culture? Do they understand the tenets of the offense and the defense? And usually coaches coach by that need and necessity of the team as opposed to just having one structure. And so in Washington, we had 3-a-days during training camp, as opposed to in Sacramento later in my career, it would be one practice because we're all old. We need to make sure that we get the most intensity out of this practice and then save our legs for the game.
Pistons trail by 15. Robinson for three. Drills the three-pointer.
The D with some heavy feet out there. I mean, too slow to rotate. Nobody communicating. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Bridges against Robinson. Now, here's Bridges. Defense right on him. Missed inside. Pass to Bullock. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Charlotte leading by 10. Parker finds Biyombo. Now, here's Monk. to Biyombo. Smith against Parker. 4 on the clock. 14 feet away. The shot will not fall. And it's Detroit the other way. Robinson down low. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits. Robinson's got 5.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Bridges. Cans it from downtown.
Just a proven threat from beyond, and Bridges has a good feel for when to fire him from there.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. You know, watching Miles Bridges, he just brings so much energy to the team.
High motor guy, very aggressive, a bit of a tweener, which in a positionless world could be a good thing. Explosive, strong, athletic. I think his best basketball is ahead of him.
Walker's checked in for Tony Parker. Then for the Pistons, Andre Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. Griffin comes in for John Lure. And it's Jackson in for Reggie Bullock. Griffin kicks to Robinson. Passes to Jackson. The Pistons working the ball around now. Here's Drummond. Outside for Jackson. From outside the arc. Cranes it from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game.
Jackson has improved his three-point stroke. He can't be left alone from outside.
Walker against Jackson. Walker in the post. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is just another case where being aggressive wins out. Does well to burrow his way into the post, but loses his touch on the finish.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Charlotte Hornets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. In the corner, it's Monk. Off target with his 3.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Pass to Griffin. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Drummond. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s, how about up into the 60s.
That one is off. And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor and, more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim.
So he comes up empty, missing both.
And in a short period of time, the former UConn Husky Drummond has blossomed into an elite center, just taking the league by storm.
Pistons trail by 10. Smith outside. Biyombo with the block. Now Monk. He has 6. Right side, Kid Gilchrist. He kicks to Walker. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Detroit. On Saturday, they'll be facing Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
And there it is for him. Drummond's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Detroit. Charlotte has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. And Walker kicks to Monk. The three. Robinson pulls it in.
He's trying to help him add to this lead, but he just can't find his touch.
Here's Smith. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Oh, Smith is a fighter, someone who usually doesn't back down from anyone, especially on these types of shots.
To the paint, Griffin with the steal. Right side, Jackson. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Griffin. Now just a 4-point Charlotte lead. Walker against Jackson. Griffin with the steal. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. 5th, Andre Drummond.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
The first free throw is good. Chris, you've played in so many big moments, pressure-filled moments. When you look around the league, who are the guys, if you were coaching or on their team, who are the guys you'd want to take the last shot? And I'm going to exclude yourself because I know you'd like that last shot. But give me some guys who you could see doing it if you played with them.
Let's just go through the history. Let's go to KD and him coming down on that left side in the finals, shooting the 3, walk-in dribble, shooting a tough 3. And he's done that in 2 big games in the last few seasons. So let's go with KD. How about Steph?
Yes.
Let's go with his teammate Steph Curry from anywhere on the floor, hit you with big 3s or layups. Then, okay, let's go to Harden out there in Houston. We know what he can do late in the game. And then if I just like a running one-hander to my left side while looking left and shooting right with a floater off the top of the grass, I'm going to that man, LeBron James, at the last second. We got some great players in this league. It's great to be a fan, Kevin. There's some good basketball going on, baby.
It is. We're lucky, huh?
Yeah.
Jackson passes to Smith. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Ish Smith with the best season yet in 2017-18. He made dramatic improvements as a scorer. Career best from pretty much everyone on the floor.
Pistons have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And Ish Smith, in particular, much improved finishing around the rim.
And that could be a challenge for a player of his stature. I mean, learning how to find angles to finish around the bigger bodies, that becomes key.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
You know, Kevin, the resiliency of Smith is something you have to admire. He's bounced around the league, but has finally become a valued rotation player.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style again.
And the Pistons making a change here. Kennard's checked in. Here's Walker. He had 15 points last outing. The pass to Monk. Wants to get it to Zeller and does. 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Monk. They need this one. No good there. And it's Detroit the other way. Here's Griffin. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Griffin's got 9 points.
And playing with a lot of fire now. They had a tough start in that first quarter, didn't shoot it well, but didn't let that discourage them, and now they're showing what they can do offensively.
Oh, that's nice shooting from there. That looked pure coming out of Walker's hands.
Jackson finds Robinson. And here is Drummond. He's coming off a 16-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Hornets trail by 3. Walker with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Pass to Monk. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Monk that time on the assist from Kid Gilchrist. Monk's got it all tied up now for Charlotte.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Got a piece of it. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
And checking out the stats for Drummond, he's been more than solid over the last month. He's getting around 8 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Monk with the ball. Griffin's there. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Here's Zeller. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Griffin looking around. Launches a 3. Goes back up. Passes it to Kennard. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jump.
And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Monk. Puts up a 3, and another 3 for Charlotte.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding his spots. No hesitation. You can sense his confidence.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. Drummond dishes to Griffin. Pass to Kennard. Outside Jackson. Takes the 3. That miss is his 4th this game. He's shooting 3 for 7 from the field. Monk. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. And it's a 6-point Charlotte lead.
And you can't leave guys open around Walker, I'll tell you that. He sees when the defense is overcommitted.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Griffin kicks to Kennard. And he hits the jump shot. Now here's Walker. 11 points in the game. And stolen by Drummond. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tony, how is the game going for you all in the first half?
A lot of intensity, very physical. We're playing pretty well, but I'm not very happy the way we finished the first half. We had a good lead, and they came back on us, so in the second half we have to do it again.
Got to pick up where you left off. Thanks, Tony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Charlotte had no problems getting going. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a 12-4 run. By the end of quarter one, they were way out on top, leading by 13. At the end of the second quarter, they relentlessly attacked the defense to close out the half on a 12-4 run. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, the three-point shooting was the key thus far. When you're knocking down those shots from the perimeter, it really spreads the floor. You demand respect from the defense. We'll see if they can keep it flowing in the second half.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Really an incredible game from Malik Monk.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Yeah, I'm surprised the defense didn't do a better job of adjusting. I mean, extending out on him a little bit more.
Here's Jackson. Kaminsky and Zeller are the bigs. Walker and Monk are the guard tandem. And it's Batum in at the small forward. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with.
Oh, wow. Capable of scoring in many different ways. As soon as Griffin catches fire, he's hard to put out.
Monk, the pass to Zeller. The dish to Walker. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, yeah, I mean, just think about it. I mean, Detroit, Stan Van Gundy parting ways this summer after 4 seasons, but that's actually the longest run a Piston coach has had since Chuck Daly ended his 9-year tender back in '92. But that doesn't matter, though, because you have to think what Larry Brown did in just a couple of seasons there, winning a championship.
A shot by Batum, no good. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Jackson misses. Charlotte in the lead. Outside, Walker. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
This score will be very different without his offense. He's been terrific.
Jackson kicks to Drummond. Outside, Griffin. There's the pass to Kennard. Just 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Monk. Fast break now for Charlotte with the floater. And the basket by Kaminsky. Now it's a 6-point Hornets lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. And the 3-ball is good. Griffin's got 16 points.
Excellent at recognizing when to shoot off the pass. Griffin is so good at catching the D by surprise.
Pass to Monk. Batum against Jackson. Clock at 6. Outside, Batum. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. To the inside. It's tipped. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Charlotte leading by 3. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Monk, the pass to Kaminsky. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Soft touch on the mid-range jumper. Kaminsky taking what the defense gives him.
Jackson kicks to Robinson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Zeller against Drummond. Griffin goes in, lays it up and banks it in. 18 points for him.
Oh, and there's only so much you can do against Griffin when he's driving. He's determined to score.
Charlotte calls timeout. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as the franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Biyombo is checked in for Zeller. Bridges comes in for Monk. And Parker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Detroit also making some changes. Pachulia, he's checked in for Drummond. And Smith subbed in for Kennard. Biyombo kicks to Parker. Goes back up. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And what a career it's been for Tony Parker. 4 titles to his name, a Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star. I mean, the accolades go on and on for what is truly one of the most impressive resumes you'll see in the NBA.
The first free throw is good. And for Tony Parker, will certainly go down as one of the greatest Spurs ever to put on a San Antonio uniform.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And it's strange to see him in any other uniform than a San Antonio Spurs. And he made a move in the offseason. And, you know, here's what he brings to this team. A lot of experience, championship pedigree, and a guy that I think could maybe help get this Hornets team over the hump.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kemba Walker helped lead UConn to a national title, but it took some time to hit his stride at the NBA level. He finally became an all-star, but his team is rebuilding in Charlotte. Mitch Kupchak is the new general manager, and James Borrego is the new head coach. Guys?
A terrific player, D.A., for sure. Thanks. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Nick Batum, a versatile swingman out of France, a solid shooter and able to create for himself and his teammates.
Lures checked in for Detroit. That one misses for Batum. And for Batum, a steady vet, but a huge contract.
Yeah, and that infamous summer of 2016 with the cap spike. I mean, he's a capable starter, but 5 years, $120 million, boy, that's a pretty penny. And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Parker's shot is off.
I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert.
Smith finds Lure. Passes it to Robinson. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Charlotte leading by 5. Parker kicks to Biyombo. Kaminsky in the corner. Off target from three-point range. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Pistons. Up again.
That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that rebound.
Bridges with it. Robinson picks him up. Batum attacking, and Batum throws it down.
Whenever Batum gets a lane to the hoop, he's looking for the throwdown. The D has to do better against him.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Lure up top. Smith outside. 4 on the clock. The tray. Hornets with the rebound. Kaminsky's got 5 rebounds tonight. Robinson against Bridges. A floater, and he sinks the layup. And it's a 9-point Hornets lead.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Jackson against Batum. Trying to get something going. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Reggie Jackson, drafted by the Thunder with the 24th pick in 2011. Now, despite playing big minutes, he wasn't happy backing up Westbrook. He wanted the chance to start.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And that 82% free throw percentage this season must have him feeling pretty good about himself at the line.
2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And Jackson burned some bridges on his way out of Oklahoma City. Some felt he put himself before the team.
But it worked out financially. I mean, a 5-year, $80 million contract. I mean, it's doubtful the Thunder could have afforded it, but from that standpoint, hard to knock him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Frank Kaminsky, and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Bridges. He hits the second from the line.
As a kid, Jackson saw a lot of the world. His dad was in the Air Force, so he lived in Italy, England, North Dakota, Florida, Colorado. He was all over the place.
Parker passes to Biyombo. And Batum kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Parker outside. Over in the corner, Batum. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now a timeout called by Detroit. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And it's Bullock in the corner. Gets to the corner and buries it. And here are the Hornets now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the second of 5 straight played at home. Batum, good. Batum's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Smith kicks to Bullock. Count it. Bullock's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Parker looking around. Pass to Hernan Gomez. That's tipped. Biyombo kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Second chance shot. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 5 rebounds tonight. Second shot opportunity. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
The quickness of Smith, Kevin, is so hard to keep up with, which is why he's able to get these shots off in time.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
One shot.
And Smith, no good on that one. Hornets leading by 6. And Batum kicks to Parker. Back to Batum. And Reggie Bullock gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. Outside, Kidd-Gilchrist. The pass to Batum. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound, Detroit. Here's Kennard. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Jackson. The teardrop falls in. Jackson's got 12.
Oh, you love when Jackson comes up with the floating J. The way he shoots, it makes it impossible for the D to do anything about it.
Parker with it. 6 points for him. Batum scanning the floor. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Kennard kicks to Lewis. Pass to Bullock. Puts one up from 19. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
And as he squares up from mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
Parker dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Down low. Hernangomez passes to Biyombo. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Pistons trail by 4. Kennard kicks to Jackson. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
Pass to Kid Gilchrist. Now Hernangomez. Pass to Parker. On the wing, Batum. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Some changes for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Monk comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Walker subbed in for Tony Parker. Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. Hernangomez kicks to Kid Gilchrist. It's his first trip to the line.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
First free throw is good.
And in a short amount of time, Kid Gilchrist has established himself as one of the best perimeter defenders in the game. His long reach and tenacious athleticism really covers a lot of ground.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Griffin's checked in for Pachulia. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for Reggie Bullock. And both free throws good from Michael Kid Gilchrist. 34 seconds left in the third. Jackson kicks to Griffin. Back to Jackson. Nails the baby hook. Jackson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now Walker, he's got 13. And there's the pass to Monk. Fires from deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's Charlotte. They're up by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Detroit, the big men are Griffin and Drummond. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Robinson in at the 3 slot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Walker penetrating. That one drops for him. Walker's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Charlotte. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons, trailing by 4. Drummond finds Griffin. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Stolen by Robinson. Now Detroit moving it up. Jackson's got the ball. And Robinson that time on the assist by Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Walker the pass to Zeller. Here's Monk. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
I tell you, Monk can fill it up in a hurry. Well, once he gets on fire, the D knows they're going to be in for a long night.
The feed to Drummond. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for the Hornets. Bridges comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Monk kicks to Walker. Pass to Monk. Kaminsky with the ball. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
Most effective when he gets his feet set. Kaminsky can be lethal on the catch and shoot.
Feeds it to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Jackson comes over with the double. Bridges kicks to Walker. 5 on the clock. With the shot. Misses off the right iron.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
That shot by Griffin, no good.
Not easy to miss a clean look inside like that, but he manages to do it.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's now 19 points for Malik Monk.
And I think it's going to be crucial that Monk continues to work on his playmaking ability. When he's dribbling the ball like that, he is tough to stop.
Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Griffin.
I mean, he's been terrific from the field so far this half. I mean, driving his percentage through the roof.
Walker the pass to Monk. And it's sent back by Drummond.
And Drummond, a fearsome defensive presence. I mean, he can put you on your heels.
Jackson has the open look. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. For Charlotte, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, I know he's not the #1 priority for the defense, but they still got to give him some attention, guys.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes. And anybody can get a run-of-the-mill putback, but he makes them count.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
And the Hornets making a change here. Batum's checked in.
One shot, behind the lanes.
That free throw good from Walker. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
and enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Here's Drummond. Wow, way off on that one. Hornets leading by 4. Monk dishes to Zeller. He feeds it to Monk. And the foul on Glenn Robinson. That's foul number 2 for him. Ish Smith, he's checked in for Jackson. Monk kicks to Kaminsky. Shoots the 3. And there's Monk on the assist by Kaminsky. Monk's got 7 points for the quarter.
And Monk's just got a good feel on kind of how to exploit the defense, especially about how quickly he gets his shot off after getting the pass. Oh, boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
One shot.
C-Web, one area where the Hornets really improved last season. Offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, they've been good on the defensive boards for a while. But when they added Dwight Howard, suddenly the second chance opportunities begin to pile up. I mean, I don't know if they can maintain this without Dwight Howard, who's one of the best rebounders of his generation.
And the Hornets call time here.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, yeah, he might have seen something he wants to exploit. Well, we'll see what they run coming out of this.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. I was able to catch the message James Borrego gave to his team. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
Robinson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Cody Zeller. C-Web, the Pistons from 2003 to 2008 with 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals and 1 title. But in the decades since, only 2 playoff appearances and 0 playoff wins.
Well, yeah, think about it. The 2004 title team was led by Joe Dumars, who won championships back-to-back with the Pistons. You need that type of lineage. Think about Boston, Danny Ainge. Think about the Lakers with Magic Johnson. Well, the Pistons need that type of consistency. They need a leader. The Pistons, once again, hoping to find that magic in chemistry.
Robinson hits them both. And here are the Hornets now. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside, Walker. Back to Batum. Batum with the steal. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And the athleticism and fearlessness of Batum inside is exceptional, really testing the defense deep in the paint.
Shooting 2, Nicholas Batum.
And the first one drops.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. But they get it back. Now, here's Monk, guarded by Robinson. 6 to shoot. Zeller finds Batum. And again, the Hornets missing.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
Yeah, because you're spread out. It could be difficult to contest these shots, but not for him.
And he comes up with the deuce. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Now, here's Monk. Not a lot of room. Walker the pass to Zeller. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, in college, Zeller showed great ability to face up and knock down mid-range jumpers. He's just now doing it more consistently in the pros.
And Drummond kicks to Smith. Passes it to Robinson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. 5 to shoot to tie it up. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Kaminsky's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now, here's Monk. Defense is right there. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball.
And so it's Charlotte with it. Here's Zeller. And the dunk by Zeller.
One of the more positive attributes of Zeller, the explosiveness to play above the rim on a regular basis.
Smith kicks to Griffin. The shot off that time, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. Here's Monk. Rebound Andre Drummond. Pistons trailed by 5. Here's Kennard. Smith outside. Releases from 15. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Well, that's the unpredictability of Smith. I mean, that's just a luxury, taking advantage of the weak defense in the pick and roll.
Walker dishes to Monk. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Smith against Walker. Smith kicks to Robinson. Pass to Drummond. Clock at 6. Outside Griffin. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Andre Drummond.
Well, Kevin, when Drummond gets positioned in the post, he's a surefire scorer. The D throwing everything but the kitchen sink at him, and he still makes the bucket.
And the pass to Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Yeah, guys, and his teammates love it. That'll get him a few big pats on the back.
Here's Drummond. Outside for Robinson. It's good. This game is all even. Robinson's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Pistons. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Outside, Batum. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 6th rebound on the night. The drive by Smith.
Oh, you see that? Well, when you feed Drummond the rock, you won't be disappointed. Doesn't matter what point of the game it is, he provides for his team.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Habit, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. And the Hornets call time here. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
Oh, he's tearing them to shreds, and I'm sure the only thing they're talking about in this timeout is what to do about him.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Blake Griffin.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Outside, Batum. Walker against Drummond. Batum finds Walker. That's down the hatch. Notch one more to his total. That's 9 for 15 shooting. Detroit's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. To the middle. Here's Griffin. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. And that's 31 points for Blake Griffin.
He's showing why he's considered a leader. Griffin wants to be the guy taking these important shots.
Walker with it. Now Smith defending. Here's Batum. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. There's 1:54 left to play here in the fourth. Robinson passes to Drummond. Shot clock at 5. Outside for Griffin. A 3. But they get it back. Pass to Kennard. Pistons passing it around. Smith dishes to Drummond. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possessions. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Charlotte trailing. A minute 20 left to play in the final quarter. And Walker kicks to Monk. Jackson comes over with the double. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
So it's the Pistons now. And, well, Detroit shooting at 50% in a decent group.
Well, guys separate themselves by how they perform in clutch situations. Give this man his props.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Walker against Jackson. Walker finds Zeller. Griffin with the steal. Here's Robinson. And Detroit again with the bucket.
But this is what you get from Griffin. Very willing to give it up to his open teammates.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
And Robinson comes to help. And the foul on Glenn Robinson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. .36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Sometimes the D is helpless against Walker. His speed, cleverness, and touch from everywhere makes him a near impossible cover.
At the line for your Hornets, shooting 2, Kemba Walker.
He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5.
An electrifying scorer. Walker, he'll burn you in so many ways.
Both shots good from the stripe. Here's Kennard, and that's an intentional foul.
That's his 2nd personal foul. 3rd team foul.
And the Pistons with possession. They're on a 15-6 run. And an intentional foul right there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Yes, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead. Clock's ticking. They got to get up a shot.
But even if they make it, you got to foul quick or it's over. It's a wrap.
And the Hornets call time here. They're trailing by 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. Batum passes to Walker. Charlotte again missing. And so they foul intentionally.
Shooting 2.
And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And with the time remaining, I'm just not seeing it.
Well, you know they like to have some plays back, especially a couple of those stupid ones from earlier. But I tell you what, they'll learn from this.
And here's Jackson. And so the Pistons take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you very much, Blake. Another good night of work offensively. How does the team build on this?
Just keep that rhythm. You know, we're not always going to hit shots every night. Some nights the shots aren't going to fall. So just keeping that rhythm, keeping the ball moving, talking on defense, and relying on each other.
Congrats on a great win, Blake. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you later.